go to the Google website and type Edmodo, then search it. Once you search this Edmodo website, then you will get the number of links here. Select the very first one, this one. Here the website is new.edmodo.com. Click on here. This is the way how you can create your accounts. In this learning management system, there are two ends, the one for teacher and the other for students. In your point of view, you want to create the student account. Right, that already created the teacher account, that my point of view, already created your class also. Then the thing is, you want to join with this class. Here I am explaining how you can join. Right, once you get this type of screen on your mobile, or if you are using the mobile phones, then you can use the app. Right here called Edmodo app. The first search the Edmodo app and install it on your mobile phones. If you are using laptop, then just type the Edmodo in the search bar in the Google. Then you will get this type of screen. From this screen, select sign up option here. The first thing is you want to sign up. Right, once you click sign up, then they are asking some options here. From this option, select in your role is a student, therefore select student account. Right, once you select the student account, then they are asking the location. Here you want to select the location. You can select this location by clicking this down arrow. Then you can search your country, Sri Lanka, then select it. Click next. Right, then they are asking some information from you. First, they are asking class or school code. This is the code which I am giving to you. You must need this code to join the class. Then otherwise you will not be able to join the class. Therefore, keep this code in secure place. Do not give to this code to any others. Right. I think you can see this one here in blue color. Your code. Write down this code WN8A76. WN8A76. All letters are in simple. Right, now you can use this code. For example, I am copy this code and paste into our form here. Right. In that way, you can type your code. If it is correct, in below giving the message group code valid. Once you get this code, group code valid, then you can move to the next field, username. Here you can give any username, but get to formatting uniformity, better to give in your registration number. Please give your registration number here. For example, I don't know your format of your registration number. Therefore, I am using normal any other name. Suppose sample here, username taken. Therefore, I am going to change this one. Right, sample _1, my username available. Once you give in your username correctly, again it will say give the message username available. Right, then once you are ready with username, then you can go to the next option, email. This one is optional. If you have an email address, then you can give this your email address here. This is optional, that means not must. Then password, you can give a password here. No restrictions, you can give any name there. Restriction mean at least you must have 6+ characters. Then now all are set for creating your account. Once you give in this detail correctly, then below you can see a blue color button, create your account. Create your account. Click here. Right. Once you create, click that button, then you will move to another screen. Complete your profile. Here, yeah, they are asking your first name and last name. Please give your correct first name and last name here. Right. That for example, suppose Amal is your first name, then Pereira is your second name. That's the only example. When you are filling, please give your correct first name and the last name. Right. Then finally, click on this done button here. Again, they are moving to another screen. Here, do not do any changes for this screen. Just skip it. Right. In below, you can button a link called skip. Click on the skip here. Right. Now you are in your student account. Now you are in your student account. Right. In this student account, look around this account here. At the top bar, here says home, classes, calendar, like that. There is a menu. Then left side, you can see your classes here. Before that, check whether in the middle, your subject is there. Professional issues in IT. You must have this name on your account. Right. Then look at the this side, left side. Click on here your class. Once you click your classes, then it will display all the classes with Edmodo. Right. Up to now, you have only one class, professional issues IT. Right. Please check whether your class is there. If not, please contact me. Then you want to create it. Right. Then in the middle, this is the place where this called the wall area. You can send or post any messages here that relevant with your class lessons. Right? Any type of messages relevant with your lessons, you can post it here. Right. Then in this left corner, there are 3 options: post, folder, members. Post is the area where we are in now. Then second one, folder. Folder is the area where you find all the resources. Right. Once I do in the lessons here, I am using various types of resources. That means it may be a presentation, PowerPoint presentation, or PDF document, or website. Like that, there are many resources. All of this you can find under folder. Member area. If I click this member, up to now only one member, that's the account type, sample account here. Once you create your accounts, all of your members can appear in this area. Right. Click on this folder area. Here you will find your resources. It will organize according to the lesson topic or week. Sometimes you will actually I am going to change it. This one for week 1. That means I'm going to start the things today. History of IT. Right. Once you click in this folder, you will find the relevant I am using to teach today. For the today, I am using the history of computer is presentation. Your syllabus also available here. If you want, you can see the syllabus. Then another PDF there. All of this material now available with your student account, Edmodo. Once you created the account, then you will access, you are allowed to get in these resources with you. Right. Then once I assign the assignment or activities, then all the things you can find in this wall area as a message. That particular message also you can find on your message box. Once I am giving an assignment, that notification area, you will find the messages or notifications. Right. then it will be familiar with you while you are working here. Until that, the first thing is create the account. Right. Then later you can create that once finish the class today, you can create this account. Then the next thing is I am going to start the today's lesson here. To teach, to start the lesson again, I want to share with the presentation. But mostly the thing is there are theory things available. Therefore, it may sometimes boring to you. All the thing. Therefore, I'm not going to explain all the things. Doing more activities. I am giving more priority to do the activities. Right. To do the activities here, I am using another tool with you that later in this today's lesson I will introduce that tool also. Right. Okay. Up to now, then tell me that your view about the things here. Can you understand what I'm saying here? Or is it clear? You can discuss, you can give in feedback about the things. Is it clear up to now?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Then how many students in this classroom? Only 11 are joined. Only 11 students. How many students here?
Sir, 19ක් ඉන්නවා අපේ batch එකේ.
19ක් ඉන්නවද? 11යි join වෙලා ඉන්නේ. හොඳයි.
ඔව්.
Right. Tell others to also this message pass to create the Edmodo account, right? Okay. Here now I am going to start the lesson. History of computers. The first thing here I am going to start with history. History actually you can divide it in two ways. The one part is the prehistory. Then what are the things support that earlier time? What are the inventions and the things support to develop the today's computer? That is called the prehistory thing. Therefore, initially I am concentrate on the things that important points, milestone in prehistory. The first thing here, when consider the prehistory, first invention actually in 1505, then ancient Romans developed a calculation machine called abacus. Right? And one of the milestone for today's inventions, abacus, they are using to counting purpose, right? Even you know this is a simple device that today available, this type of devices. These are some pictures here. Right. This is another type. Actually, this one is the oldest abacus we can find today. Right. Then another view of this abacus here. Right. Abacus is the first milestone in 1505. Right. Then 1600, Napier's born. This Napier's born another type of machine that capable of doing multiplication and division. It made up of rods, number of rods that rods contain in the numbers. Using these numbers, it will be able to do the multiplication and division. It's invented by Napier's, the person called Napier's, John Napier's. That is why it's called as Napier's born. Look at some diagrams here. Yeah, I think you can see it clearly. These are called this column wise. You can see separate things here. That is called rods. These rods are labeled in this way: 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, like that. In row wise, you can find numbers. Then column wise also numbers. Based on these numbers, it will be able to calculate. Then another view of the Napier bone. Right. Okay, that's the second milestone here. Then 1622, another invention called slider rule. This slider rule is a mechanical analog computer that considered analog computer considered as. It also capable of doing multiplication and division. Right. Then also it used to do finding roots. Then logarithm works like that. The thing is, this particular device is not able to do the additions and subtraction. Right. The inventor of this slider rule is William Oughtred in 1622. Then look at some pictures of slider rule. This is like that. Then another view here, slider rule. This is the person who invented the slider rule. Yeah, right. Then 1642, right? Before that, another view of this slider rule. Right. Then 1642, Pascal line, also known as Pascal's adder machine, Pascal's adder, or Pascal line, Pascaline, or Pascal line. Right? It's a calculate machine invented by the person called Blaise Pascal in 1642. Right? This capable of adding, subtracting, and carrying tens, hundreds, and thousands position. It's actually contains some gears. Pascal line, this equipment contain some gears. By handling these gears, it will be able to do these calculations. Right? Look at some pictures here. This is one of the common picture about Pascal line. Here also you can see that's another view of Pascal line. Here the person who invented the Blaise Pascal with their equipment. Right. That's about Pascal line. Right. Then the next major milestone you can find in 1822 called difference engine. Actually, this one, all of you heard about this difference engine, invented, developed by the person called Charles Babbage in 1822. This Charles Babbage, that still considered as the father of computer, because he gave the main point of computers today we are using. Especially, he developed another device in 1837 called analytic engine. Analytic engine is the first machine represent the input-output operations. Right? Input, process, output. That particular concept find in this analytical engine. Right. Before that, Charles Babbage, the first developed a machine called difference engine. This also provides this concept. This is the picture of this difference engine. Right here, you can see some pictures. Difference engine. Here, that machine is capable of getting inputs, then process, and also giving some kind of output, actually hard copy output they are giving to the users. Here the place here in left corner, through this place they are giving some kind of output. Right. Then 1837 analytic engine. This is the first machine actually giving most of the computer concept that today we are using. In this machine, actually Charles Babbage is not complete this machine, only the planning there. Right? That later the person involved with this mechanism, they completed it, but Charles Babbage giving the planning. According to his planning, they designed an ALU, arithmetic and logic unit. It performed some arithmetic and logic functions that the first time the arithmetic and logic introduced to the computer. Designing, only for the designing. They are supposed to do that type of equipment to the machine. Then also it permitted basic programmatic flow controls. Right? They are using to program the special equipment device called punch card. Punch card that early they first invented by Jacquard Loom for a different purpose, but this punch card is able to do input-output operations, and also they are using punch card used to store informations. Through this punch card, that particular machine is able to get in input, then store something inside the machine and display in the output. And it also features the integrated memory features, mean the punch card they are using to store information. Right. Therefore, historians consider it to be the first design concept of general purpose computer. That's the first general purpose computer considered as today. And then look at some pictures here. Not much big difference between the difference engine. This analytical engine actually created in later completed the message that the first planning done by the Charles Babbage. Right. Here the person who developed this machine, planned this machine, Charles Babbage. This person, Jacquard Loom, J.M. Jacquard, that's the person who invented the punch card. Right. Here they are giving another name, Ada Lovelace. Ada Augusta Lovelace. That's a full name. She considered as the first computer programmer. Right? Because she had a plan to write down, to do some giving some instruction to the machine, analytical engine, especially to the analytical engine. She has some idea about giving instruction to the machine. Right? Also, she did some instructions through the punch card and such a equipment. Those are considered as the first computer programs. First computer program that even later first computer program language named as Ada. That it's a machine assembly language, machine assembly language called first assembly language called Ada. Right. Here the picture of this lady, Ada Augusta Lovelace. Right. Then if we consider the prehistory things, 1890, another milestone, invented a tabulating machine, first invented in 1890 by the person called Herman Hollerith. Herman Hollerith, American statistician. He used the mechanical tabulator with the punch card. That's the first machine they are using to some kind of general things. Right? In 1890, in American government, they used this tabulation machine to count in the people, census. Right. Also in 1890, that person invented this tabulating machine. Then she formed a company. Then later this company named as International Business Machine, IBM, in 1925. The pioneer of IBM company is the person who invented this tabulating machine, Herman Hollerith. Right. Look at some diagrams here, pictures. This is called tabulating machine. This one is the still is the original machine here, used created by Hollerith, Herman Hollerith. This one. This is the person, Herman Hollerith. Right. Then here I'm giving some kind of information about punch card also. Punch card, later it's also known as Hollerith card or IBM card. Especially these cards they are using for the IBM machines. They are using to giving data and instructions. Right. That earlier I mentioned the use of punch card. Earlier computers, machines use punch card to input data and output also given through this punch card. Then storing things inside the machine, also they are using this punch card. Right. Look at some diagrams here. This one is punch card machine. That's a machine also it need. Through this machine they are giving some holes to the paper. Based on these holes, they can calculate the absence or presence represented through these holes. Today, then later, it considered as ones and zeros. Right? That earlier there is no way to represent one and zeros in in electronically. Therefore, they are using punch card. Then there is a machine there, punch card machine. Through this machine, they make a hole. This hole is available or not mean the data is available or not. That means ones and zeros. Here, the much better view of a punch card. Then that's about the prehistory thing. Then we can come to the our latest history. That is actually start after 1940. In between 1990 and the 1950, there are some other inventions, milestones available. Right? Then later we'll discuss these things also. However, this is considered as this generation of computers considered as the post history. There are 5 generations. Here you will find some details about this generation. We divided into this generation into 5. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, like that. Then timeline also available. This timeline is sometimes differ according to the person who giving the information. Mostly the first generation considered as 14 to 50. Then second generation 50 to 60. Then 60 to 73rd generation. Then 70 to present fourth, and present to future 5th generation. In that way, we can divide it these generations. Right, then we should go on to discuss each generation in detail. Detail means the main points. Then first discuss first generation here. First generation from 1940 to 50. In that time, the computers use the technology called vacuum tube. Vacuum tube, an electronic device that controls the flow of electrons in vacuum. Right? Therefore, the main technology we can say in first generation computers, they are using this vacuum tube. Then programming language, if you consider the programming language, mainly they are using machine language. Machine language is a language that containing only ones and zeros. Ones and zeros. All the instruction you giving to the machine through the ones and zeros. No any other word or text accepted by the machine. Right. Then power, if you consider the power consuming, it will generate lots of heat because of this vacuum tube. Then main memory, that it machines contain some main memories. This technology of this main memory is magnetic. They are called magnetic drums. First invented this technology by in 1932. The person called Gustav in 1932 in Austria. The same time, magnetic tape also available in the end of the era in 1940s, the end of the era of this generation. They invented the magnetic tape. This first generation computers use magnetic tape as the storing medium. Right. Then look at some pictures that relate with first generation. This is a vacuum tube. Then you can see another set of pictures, also vacuum tubes. Normally in a computer, in that stage, more than 20,000 of vacuum tubes are available. Therefore, the computer size is very large. Normally, 2 rooms of today's consider some room in 2 or 3 rooms. It need to establish a machine. This machine language. Some instructions here you can find only containing ones and zeros. Here, what is this? Can someone tell me what is this? Can suggest that? කාට හරි කියන්න පුළුවන්ද මොකද්ද මේ? Okay. Magnetic drum. Magnetic drum. Storage device එක. මේ තියෙන්නේ magnetic drum එකේ ඇතුළත ස්වභාවය view එකක්. First generation, consider some features there. If you consider the speed and size, very slow and very large in size, that earlier I mentioned, the size often taking up entire room. The speed is very slow. Then input output devices, they are using punch card and punch tape to input and output processor purposes. Then look at some example. In that stage, very popular these computers, ENIAC. Actually, ENIAC is the first computer we considered as the first digital computer, the ENIAC. Then there are development, UNIVAC, IBM 650, IBM 704, like that IBM series started in that generation. Then quantity, there were about 100 different vacuum tubes computers produced between 42 to 63. Right. That is some features about the first generation computers. Here some pictures. Actually, this one is ENIAC computer. Developed, that's considered as first computer of that generation. There is also ENIAC computer, some persons doing programming. මේ තියෙන programming කරනවා ඒ computer. මේ වගේ වයස් තමා තියෙන්නේ හැමතැනම වයස් එල්ලලා තියෙනවා. ඒවා ගැලවීම සහ සවිකිරීම හරහා තමයි මේකට ඉන්පුට් කිරීම ඒ වගේ ඔපරේෂන් සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ. මේ තියෙන ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් කරන අවස්ථාවක්. Another view of doing programming of this machine. And this one is UNIVAC. The same generation developed this machine also, UNIVAC. It is somewhat developed than the earlier machines. Here there is a central location to do all the input output operations. Then around you can see magnetic tape. They are using magnetic tape as the storage medium. මේ වටේට තියෙන්නේ magnetic tape තියලා තියෙන ආකාරය. මැද location එකක් තියෙනවා. මේකේ monitor කියන concept එක ඇවිල්ලා නැහැ. නමුත් output එකට තියෙනවා මේ මොනේ පේනවා ඇති printer එක වගේ මේක නෑ printer කියන concept එකක් නැහැ. output එක punch card හරහා තමයි එන්නේ. magnetic tape හරහාම තමයි output එක ලැබෙන්නේ. මේකත් ඒ generation එකේම computer එකක්. Then we'll see the second generation start 1950. Here the main electronic component or main technology is transistors. That earlier generation they are using vacuum tube. Right. If you consider the memory, they are using magnetic tape or magnetic disk. The concept, the first came magnetic disk concept in that generation, second generation. Earlier of second generation, they are using magnetic tape. Then later it changed into the magnetic disk. Then programming language. That earlier generation, they are using machine language. Instead of machine language, the first they are starting to do program using assembly language. Assembly language containing some English word. They accept English text or words to the computer. Then power and size. The size is lower than the previous generation, but these computers also considerably large. Then also they are generate high heat, but comparatively it is less heat than the first generation. Smaller in size also. All are in comparison, when compared with the previous generation, less. Speed is improved than the previous generation. Input output, they are using magnetic tape that initially in earlier of this generation used punch card and magnetic tape. Then later it changed to magnetic disk. Right. Then look at some examples. IBM series also there, 1401, then 7090, 7094, like that. Right. Then look at some pictures here. What is this? Can someone suggest what is this one? මොකක්ද මේ? පුළුවන්ද කාට හරි කියන්න මේක මොකක්ද? මේක
transistor
එකක්. හරි. transistor එකක් මේක ඇඳපු එකක් මේ තියෙන්නේ. මේ තියෙන්නේ ඇත්ත ඒවා actual transistors. මේ තියෙන්නේ මොකක්ද? මේක magnetic tape භාවිතා කරලා data store කරන යන්ත්‍රයක්. මේ තියෙන්නේ magnetic tape භාවිතා කරලා racks විදියට ඒ tape organize කරලා තියෙන ක්‍රමවේදයක් මේ තියෙන්නේ. මේක තමයි assembly language වලින් ලියපු program එකක් මේ තියෙන්නේ. මේකේ English word accept කරනවා දැන් move mov ඒ වගේ English word accept කරනවා. assembly language වලින් program කරනවා නම් මේකේ internal architecture එක ගැන හොඳ ගැඹුරින් අපිට idea එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. how the computer organizing internally. මේ internal ඇතුලේ තියෙනවා memory තියෙනවා. මේ memory organization එක especially registers වර්ග තියෙනවා. මේ general purpose registers, special purpose registers කියලා ඒ වගේ වර්ග තියෙනවා. computer එකේ ඇතුළ පිළිබඳව හොඳ idea එකක් අපිට තියෙන්න ඕනේ. විශේෂයෙන් registers use කරලා තමයි assembly language program ලියන්නේ. ඒතර ඒ register වර්ග අපි දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. assembly language වලින් ලියන්න පුළුවන් නම් programs ඒක ගොඩක් හොඳ speed එකක් තියෙන programs වෙනවා. ලියන්න අමාරු වුණාට සමහර companies තියෙනවා වර්තමානයේ පවා assembly language use කරනවා. ඒකේ converting process එක අඩුයි. Normally we write down programs using the high level languages. It need a converting process. Normal English word cannot understand computers. It need to convert to machine language. Machine language එකට convert වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒතර translators use වෙනවා. compilers, interpreters වගේ translators සරහා යනකොට speed එක අඩු වෙනවා. නමුත් assembly language එකකින් program කරොත් එහෙම අර translating process එක අඩුයි. assembly language එකෙන් ලිව්වොත් assembler කියලා translate එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒකෙන් තමයි convert වෙන්නේ machine language එකට. ඒ speed එක අරට වඩා compilers, interpreters වලට වඩා ගොඩක් වැඩි. නමුත් මේකේ තියෙන complexity එක නිසා assembly language එච්චර ජනප්‍රිය නැහැ. මේ තියෙන්නේ IBM 1401 කියන කම්පියුටරේ second generation එකේ මේ exhibition එක දාලා තිබ්බේ මේක 1959 තිබ්බ exhibition එක දාලා තිබ්බ එකක්. මේකේ පැහැදිලි රූපයක් තියෙනවා මෙන්න මේ රූපය. බලන්න මේකේ කොටස් ටික නම් කරලා තියෙනවා. මේ තියෙන card reader එක මැද තියෙන්නේ console එක. ඒ කියන්නේ එතනින් තමයි operate කරන්නේ. මේකේ CPU එක විදියට consider කරන්නේ මෙන්න මේ කෑල්ල. ඊට පස්සේ tape drive භාවිතා කරනවා මේ storage purposes tape drives rack 4ක් මේකේ පෙන්වුම් කරනවා. ඊට පස්සේ මේ output එක ලැබෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ printer එකේ. ඉස්සර භාවිතා කරපු printer එකක් line printers කියන්නේ. line printer එකෙන් තමයි output එක ලැබෙන්නේ. ඔය විදිහට generation එකේ භාවිතා කරපු computer එකක් තමයි ඔය පෙන්නේ. right. ඊළඟට third and fourth generation අපිට discuss කරන්න ඕනේ. මෙතන ඉඳලා ඕගොල්ලෝ තමයි මේවා හොයන්නේ. right. ඒ සඳහා activities කරන්න අපි මම මුලින් කිව්වා අපි වෙනම tool එකකට යනවා කියලා activities කරන්න. ඒ tool එක හරහා අපි සමහර ඒවා තියෙනවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ refer කරලා උත්තර හොයන්න ඕනේ. සමහර ඒවා අපි දැන් කරපු ඒ වගේ base කරන් හදපුවක් තියෙනවා. right. We'll see how can do it. The first thing is in your computers, I am provide a link to you through the chat box. You will find this link. Wait until I am giving the link to you. Right. I think now you can see the link which I provided to you through the chat box. http:// neopod.com. Click on the link here. Once you click on there, then you will move to the neopod.com home screen. In this home screen, there are 3 buttons, 3 boxes in different colors. You want to choose the red color one that label as student. Then I will provide a code. Once I provided the code, then you want to type it in there. Right? Then type the code. After that, there is a small arrow in front, blue color arrow. Then you want to click the arrow. Then you will be ready to do the activities. Right. Wait until I am giving the code. Right. Until that, you can click on the link and get ready with the home screen there. Link එක click කරාද හැමෝම? මේ code එක දැන් පේනවා ඇති. Now you can see the code. Type this code on that place. CVEK3, all letters sign capital. Then I post the code also. CVEK3. Right now you can find the code also on your chat box. Right now we'll see how many students. Still no students join with this one. Link එක click කරේ නැද්ද කවුරු? එක්කෙනෙක් join වෙලා ඉන්නවා. සේෂාන් ෂෙහාන් නේ ෂේෂාන්. ඔය නම අහනවා. නම type කරන්න. Short name එක optional. ඒක අනිවාර්ය නෑ. Right. Now ready with Himansa, Kavishka, Tarindu, Vishmi. Right, already 6 of you now joined. Still there are some students to join. Wait until join these students also. 14 students available with our Zoom session. Out of 14, there are 6 students joined with our Neopod activity. Then what happened to others? Please try to join with our session here. I will give another 2 minutes to complete. It's 9 students now. Okay, Chamod, Herat, Himansa Vikramasinghe, Jayaratna Prabhat, Sheshan, Sohan Liyanage, Tarindu, Vishmi. Still 5 of you are still struggling to join. Please ask any difficulty or trouble with you joining the activity here. If you want to again need these links or codes, then I can provide it. If need, please ask it again. Okay, then however 9 of you joined with me out of 14 students. Therefore, I am going to start the activities and lessons. Right, 11 students now. Okay, right. Then I am going to start it. While I am doing the activities, you can join, right? Those who are not joined, then try to join with these activities. While doing these activities, you can join. Right here, the first thing, computer history is our lesson today. First, you want to do one activity. Activity එකක් කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. ඉස්සෙල්ලාම මම ඒක අවස්ථාව දුන්නාම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තියෙන්නේ රූප ටිකක් පෙන්නයි. ඒකට අදාළ ටෙක්ස්ට් එකක් ඇති. ඒක ගලපන්න තියෙන්නේ. දැන් අපි කරපු ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකට අදාළව තමයි ඒ activity එක තියෙන්නේ. Right. Try to do this one. Once I start activity, then you will be able to do that. Only 4 minutes allowed to complete this activity. Within this 4 minutes, you have to complete it. And I think all of you are ready with to do the activity. Therefore, I'm going to start activity here. Right now, you can start it. Start the counting time also. Right, 1 minute available from now. Right, okay, time is up now. Here, when you can looking at the matches or marks, most of you are getting 10 out of 10. Really very good. You are doing this activity. Some of you are not try or I'm not sure what you are doing it. Here at 0 out of 10, 8 tries. Then also say Pali, 1 tries, 0 out of 10. Then others are okay. However, we'll see the result pairs here. Right. Then you want to arrange your pictures in this way. The first one, abacus. The picture of the abacus there. Then second pair, Pascal line. Then third one, analytical engine. Then fourth one, Charles Babbage. Next one, tabulating machine. Then slider ruler, Blaise Pascal, punch card machine. Then Ada Augusta Lovelace and Herman Holary. Right. Actually, you must remember these names. They are the pioneer people for the today's development. Without having these people, we can't see such a development today. They are the pioneer people in prehistory era. There are some other persons in later that you will learn later lessons who are the other pioneer peoples. Right. Okay. Now we'll move to the next part. Look at the screen on your screen there. Here, I think you can see a PDF viewer. Click on the viewer there. A viewer එක උඩ click කරන්න. Click කරපුවාම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මෙන්න මේ වගේ PDF එකක් පේනවද?
Yes, sir.
ඔව් පේනවා.
right. එතන මේකේ මේක පිටු 76ක කතාවක් තියෙන්නේ. මේක මම briefly පෙන්නගෙන යන්නම්. ඕක ඔයගොල්ලෝ study කරන්න පස්සේ තියාගෙන study කරන්න. The same copy you will find in the Edmodo account also. The same copy, then there is no able to download this one from here. Therefore, I am giving the same copy to your Edmodo accounts. Right here, timeline of computer history. Right, then prehistory things, they are explaining more about the prehistory. There are some important investigation in between all of the things. That's like a summary. It's very important note. You can get some idea about here. Right. Then don't close this window here, this PDF. Then you will need it for the next exercise. Therefore, don't close this one. Right, here I am going to the next part. Here, history of computers video. I am going to play a video. In your device also capable of playing this video. This is about Napier's bonds, deep Napier's bond. This will give a good idea about Napier's bond. Right, try to ready to see this video here.
Simple way of multiplication and division that is entirely mechanical way. Not that it's automatic, it's a multiplication, but it's not that. In the pieces, then I want to multiply a number like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll work out. I want to divide that multiply the number. So work out 345. I'm going to multiply by 6. What I need to do then is to leave across these numbers there and work it to the back. Along this line here, I see a 0, that's the last figure. I see a 2 and a 4, which adds up to 7. I see a 2 and an 8, so 0 and 1. 1 and 2, 1 and 4. And the second, when I write that down and check my level of the electronic calculator, right on. So any amount of simple calculation can be done with these this device. Or something in this, all kind of videos.
Right, that's about how to work with Napier's bond. I think you got some idea about that. Then we'll move to the next video. I think another video you have to watch here. Yes, that is regarding differential engine. Differential engine. Look at the video here, then you will get some idea about the first Charles Babbage first machine, analytical engine. Oh,
so when you play the video, we can hear from both from that site and from Zoom. Can you please mute from the Zoom?
then you will struggle with sound.
Yes, sir. We can hear from both from the Zoom meeting and from that site.
Okay, then I am going to play only in the teacher's screen, right? Then it will not play on your device. In this video, it will not play on your device, right?
Okay, sir.
The engine behind me is Babbage's difference engine number 2, designed by Charles Babbage, an English mathematician who is also known as the first computer pioneer. Babbage designed this machine between 1847 and 1849. Babbage, as we know, did not succeed in completing any of his own engines in their entirety. So there is no complete Babbage engine. This is the first physical realization of any of Babbage's complete designs in the metal. The engine itself weighs 5 tons. It consists of 8,000 parts made of bronze, cast iron, and steel, and it measures 11 foot long and 8 foot high. It's operated by cranking a handle. What it does is it calculates and tabulates the value of any 7th order polynomial, a class of mathematical expression, to 31 decimal places. It not only calculates that with unerring accuracy, it also prints an inked hard copy as a record of the results, and also produces what are called stereotype plates. That is, it impresses the results in soft material, plaster in this instance, so that you can can make a printing plate automatically. Now, the purpose for this was to eliminate the risk of human error in the calculation and production of printed mathematical tables. The machine is operated by cranking this handle, you turn this handle, and each cycle of the engine, the machine produces one result. So you just keep cranking. You set the initial conditions up on the figure wheels, on the number of wheels, you turn the handle. What happens when you turn the handle is it drives this cam stack. And if you like, this is the microprogram. This is the device that orchestrates all the internal motions of the machine to get it to form the repeated additions that are needed for the method of differences, which is the principle it was using. So you turn the handle, it turns these cam stacks, the 28 separate cams, and that is what determines the internal timing and the orchestration of all the mechanical movements of the whole machine. So that's like the guts of the machine, the internal microprogram. And what the machine does is it adds a 31-digit number on one column, and it progresses through the machine, adding from column to column to column, and the tabular value, the result, ends up in the very last column, 31 digits. So you crank the handle, each cycle of the engine, that's 4 turns to handle, each cycle of the engine produces the next result on this column. So the end process, the end product of that whole process is a 31-digit number on this column. So we take the 31-digit result from the end of the machine at the end of the cycle, and it is automatically transferred to this apparatus, which is the output apparatus. It does 2 things. It prints on hard copy, in inked hard copy, a 31-digit result. That's a checking copy, so you know actually what you've calculated. At the same time, it impresses results on soft material in these trays. So inside there are things called stereotype punches, which are number wheels, which are lowered into the tray. The tray then moves, it lowers again, and so the line is filled up. Firstly, it's on display here at the Computer History Museum for 1 year. It's on loan from the owner of the machine, which is Nathan Mervold, who commissioned the machine, who paid for the machine to be built. And so it's here for a year, and then it goes into this private collection. What we will do with it is demonstrate it for people. We'll work on it. It's a research machine, so it'll be adjusted and worked on. We'll get experience about how the thing operates. And also, part of the reason now that it's here and it does work, and we have for the first time a Babbage engine, the idea is to do some research and say, was it a practical proposition? If Babbage had one, could they have successfully produced tables? Babbage was not an impractical dreamer. This machine works as he intended to work. It was the entire enterprise of using the infallibility of machinery to produce printed tables. Was it realistic? Could it have been done? And for the first time in history, we're in a position to actually answer that question.
Now, is it clear that one? That video, is it clear? Do you want to play again it? Please respond at least yes or no. Do you want to play it again?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Not okay. Then I think you got idea about how the analytical engine is working, right? Okay, then we'll move to the next screen, next slide here. Again, another activity. Here you have few questions, all are multiple type questions. You have 5 minutes to complete this question here. Right. Once I start in the activities from this point, then you can start playing. Right. I'm now going to start this one. Now you can start it. Right, less than 1 minute, only 1 minute is available from now. Right, okay, now time is up. Here you can view the result. Here also you are giving answers. Some of your 7 out of 8, some of your 8 out of 8. Some of you are still not giving answers. Right, okay. I think all are easy. Okay, that all the videos and other materials I will share with your Edmodo account. Right, Edmodo account. Therefore, all of you should create that account. Through this Edmodo account, you will receive all the materials and other types of videos which I am using to here. Right. I think all of you know that. Take one example, Chamot 4 out of 8 here. See some wrong answers. What happened? Who was invented the following gear-driven add-in machine? Gear-driven add-in machine. That means Pascal line. Right? Earlier when I discussed the things, I called you. The Pascal line is based on gears. Therefore, it should be Blaise Pascal, not Hermann Hollerith. Then analytical engine of Charles Babbage considered as the first computer. Why? Yeah, that's the answer should be. It contains a unit similar to ALU, not because of using the punch card. Then 1890, which device did the statistic of census in America? It is tabulating machine. In 1890, person called Hermann Hollerith, he did the census using this tabulating machine, not analytical engine. Remember that point. Then the other question of Chamot, he wrong with this one. In which year and who owned the patent of vacuum tube? Not Hermann Hollerith. Actually, patent owned by 1904 John Ambrose Fleming. This one is not in my presentation. If you are going through the PDF that I provided there, in this PDF, here in 1904. See in this page 04 to 1911. They are mentioned the who owned here this sun. 1889 to 1901. See this sun here. Here in site 1904, John A. Fleming patented the diode vacuum tube, setting the stage for better radio communication. If you are going through this document, then you will get the answer for that. Right, okay. I think no need to discuss the other questions. All of you are giving good answers. And therefore, before I'm going to the next part, okay, the first going to this complete this activities here, then I am going to the next one. Right, here another video. Here I am playing in teacher's computer only. See this video. This explain about. Then we'll see what is about that. This video.
At the Moore School of Electrical Engineering at University of Pennsylvania, they were very, very strong in computation because there were engineers back then who were moving more toward not just how you do things based on what people did before, but to break new frontiers. And as they did that, the mathematical complications became difficult to solve. So they needed a machine. So they decided electrons are faster, they're moving through these tubes, and we'll click them on and off, and we'll make a machine that would solve these equations. They created the world's first all electronic, general purpose digital computer. In the war started, they were picked especially to do computations for the Army for long guns and the firing tables.
ENIAC was revolutionary in being the first large-scale general-purpose electronic digital computer ever built, and led to the evolution towards modern computer technology by developing the stored program architecture that is the fundamental architecture for all computers today.
They solved these equations that they thought would take 2 years in 2 hours. They did it. So the world changed.
You know, without ENIAC and the University of Pennsylvania and the city of Philadelphia, we wouldn't have Google, we wouldn't have Microsoft, we wouldn't have, you know, the things that are driving today's economy and the rapid innovation that keep happening in computer devices.
People just create things if they're not the impromptu that human beings are about. You need new knowledge to start something new in the marketplace. So people create knowledge. Knowledge is inherently human.
Right, I think you get some idea about that. What's about that? මොකක් ගැනද තිබ්බේ? Can someone tell me that's about ENIAC?
About
ENIAC, that's the first computer considered the first general purpose computer in first generation. Right. Then right here I am giving 2 websites to reference. That is about 3rd generation and the 4th generation. Right, I am giving to you 10 minutes from now to refer this and to complete the activity. Right? Within 10 minutes, you have to complete that. Click on the link below, then you will get the website to web preference and try to do this activity here. Write down the following key points in third and fourth generation of computers. Here, I think in your case, you can see the key points, technology used, then main components in that way. There are some, the names of computers from each generation and programming languages. Then you want to find out the technology used, 3 names of computers from each generation and 3 programming languages from each generation. All are in your reference. Right. Please first go to this reference. Right. Click on here. Once you click on here, then it will open in a separate tab. Right, like that. Go to the next one. Before I go to the next one, please click here. Then you will move to the next one. You will open the web page in separate tab. I think all of you are click it here. Then I move to the next one. Then click it here again. Then it will open in separate tab. That's about 4th generation. හරිද ගත්ත දේ ටික 3 වෙනි generation එකයි 4 වෙනි generation එකයි ගැන තියෙන website දෙකක්. ඒ දෙකේ පල්ලෙහා තියෙන link එක උඩ click කරන්න. එතකොට separate tab එක open වෙනවා. ඒ දෙක තියාගෙන දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ හොයන්න මෙන්න මේ activity එකට පිළිතුරු සපයන්න. Write down the following key points, 3rd and 4th generation. ඔයගොල්ලෝ හොයන්න ඕනේ technology used. ඊළඟට computers වල නම් තුනක් එක් generation වල use කරපු. ඊළඟට 3 programming languages.
Sir, point form again.
Oh, point form එකෙන් ලියන්න.
Nice.
Point form එකෙන් ලියන්න. Technology used කියවම දැන් first generation now vacuum tube. දැන් මේකේ first generation නෙමෙයි අහලා තියෙන්නේ. third and fourth. ඒ විදිහට එක වචනෙන් දෙකෙන් ලියන්න පුළුවන් මේ ඔක්කොම ඒ විදිහට ලියන්න. හරි. විනාඩි 10ක කාලයක් දෙන්නම්. මේකට time limit එකක් මම දාලා නැහැ. නමුත් විනාඩි 10න් ඉවර කරන්න උත්සාහ කරන්න. ලියපු අය submit කරන්න. ලියපු අය කීප දෙනෙක් submit කරලා තිනවා. මම ඒ අයත් එක්ක discuss කරනවා. අනිත් අය උත්තර ලියන්න. චානක උත්තර එවලා තිනවා. අපි බලමු චානක ඉන්නව නේද?
ඔව් සර්.
right. චානකගේ උත්තර තිනවා third generation technology ICs. IC stand for what?
Integrated circuits.
Integrated circuits. Then IBM series 360, Honeywell 6000, IBM. Yes, directly you can get these names from the website. Very good. Then languages, COBOL, Pascal. I think I am asking you to, okay, it's okay, 3 languages, but you mentioned here 2. Try to get another one by referring again, right? Then 4th generation microprocessors, DEC 10 star 1000 and PDP11, C and C++. I think I am asking to get 3 languages, no? Okay, that's also okay, no problem. But the question is 3 languages. Right, okay, very good. Then another, right. No, only the Chanaka is submitted the answers. Right, here another one, Himansa. Himansa, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Then 3rd generation technologies ICs. That means IC stand for?
Integrated circuits, sir.
Integrated circuits, computer UNIVAC, then SDS and BrailleX 2. Yes. Language, here you are giving 3 languages. That's good. COBOL, Pascal and Fortran. Technology used here?
Very large scale integrated circuits.
The large scale integrated circuits. Then computer names are okay. Altair, Apple and Apple 2. Languages are okay. C, C++ and VB. Right, okay, very good. Then 1 minute available to complete the time. Then Chamod also completed. Right, then integrated circuit ICs, then computer names are okay. Languages, COBOL, Pascal and Fortran. Then 4th generation very large scale circuits, integrated circuits, IBM, DEC and STAR. Then what are the languages? Chamod, can you hear me? Chamod, I know the about.
I know, sir.
4th generation languages මොනවද? fourth generation
C
web page එක බලන්න. ඒකේ C++
C++.
D-based කියලා තියෙනවා. right? Microprocessor කියන්නේ language එකක් නෙමෙයි. එතන චුට්ටක් බලන්න මොකද. right?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Then others, what about the others? Seshan, Kavishk also giving the answers. Here, third generation ICs, their names are okay. Then fourth generation, very large scale integrated circuits. Name of computers. I'm asking fourth generation. ENIAC, EDVAC, and UNIVAC in which generation? Seshan, Kavishka.
Fourth generation.
Fourth generation. May fourth generation. The medical. May first generation.
Sorry.
Right. Then languages also. What are the languages?
PHP.
Yeah. Fourth generation. Under fourth generation. Check again the languages they are using. Programming languages here. C, SQL, C++, Objective-C, Perl, then some advanced programming such as Python, Ruby, Java, PHP, JavaScript began to use after sometimes, right? Not initially, then after some time period. That's also that type of languages are available to use, right? That's also okay. But in this case, computer names, you have to change the computer names. Right? Can you guess? Can you get the point here?
Okay, sir.
Right. Okay. Okay. I think others still doing that exercise. Because of time problem, then I will move to the next one here. Right. Again, another activity. Fill in the blanks. Right now, you can start it. In your screen, you can see the questions, and also you can see the answers there at the below bottom of your paper. Then you have to do the drag and drop, right? Select the correct one and move to the blank place and drop it. බලන්න අනිත් අය දාන්න මේක time limit දාලා නැති නිසා here not assign the time limit. Therefore, try to submit it as soon as possible because our time is passing here. We have to do another activity also. Right. Then I am giving 1 minute, another 1 minute to complete. Right, only 4 of you submitted this the answers for activity. Yeah, another one just now submitted. Yeah, now you are submitting. Please complete it. Here, Seshan Kaushka 13 out of 15. Then Vishmi 11. Himansa 8 out of 15. Sohan Denege 12. Chanaka Puma 9 out of 15. Right. We see the answers. Right. Here you can see answers in 1961. The first one, the first monolithic integrated circuit computer was made by Texas Instrument for the US Air Force. Right. That particular information you can get through the PDF I provided earlier in this class. Then UNIVAC 8024 computer was built in 1963. Here ask year and the computer name. Then many programming languages like here 4 blanks, Fortran, Algol, COBOL, and C. And Pascal were used in 3rd generation computers, right? 3rd generation. If you are referring the web page I provided for the 3rd generation, in that section you can get the answers for this question, right? Then punch card, keyboard and mouse are used in these computers. Then Apple computer was developed in 1976. Very large scale integrated circuit used as the main technology in 4th generation computers. High level languages like C, C++, DBase were used in 4th generation computer. Right. Then most of the question I got through these web references and the PDF. When you are going through thoroughly these references, then you will easily catch up the answers. Right. Then we'll move to the final activity for the today. This one also they are having MCQ type questions. Then 6 minutes available. Right. Try to do it now. Right, okay, now time is up for the activity. Here, most of you are sending the answers. Most of you are getting 9 out of 9. And very good marks also, right? In the wrong answers that would answer also in the question. Therefore, I think no need to discuss in detail of these answers for the question. Right. Then for the today, I am going to stop the lecture. All the materials we discussed, all YouTube videos and the presentation will be available on your Edmodo accounts. Please create your student account to get those materials. Right. Okay. Thank you very much for the participation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Welcome to it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you.